Close my eyes, let the whole thing pass me by.
Alright guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be going over another conspiracy theory. And this one's going to be called the Clinton body count conspiracy. Some people think Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton are doing some very secretive things. There has been people that have gotten close to them and then tried to expose them in a way, and then those very people just happen to end up dying by very mysterious causes. So let me jump right into it. July 1999, John F. Kennedy Jr. was one of the first runner-ups for being the New York Senate. So was Hillary. So basically they were competing with each other. But mysteriously, a couple weeks before the election happened for that, John F. Kennedy was in an airplane and it mysteriously crashed with him and his whole entire family in it. To this day, they don't really know how it crashed. It just seems a little bit suspicious that right when they're about to be elected, it looked like John F. Kennedy was probably gonna win that. His plane just happened to crash down. Hillary automatically took that spot. Since the death of John F. Kennedy Jr., a lot of people did research and he's connected to over 50 other people that have mysteriously died or been killed or committed suicide that were also in relationship to the Clinton family. That's a little sketchy. Yeah, I want to take this moment right now to say this is just a conspiracy theory because I don't want to die. Hello? Yeah, this is Jeremiah. Making a YouTube video. Can I ask who's speaking? Oh, hey Hillary. No, I'm not making a video about you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, why would I ever do that? Oh, come on. You know I wouldn't do that. Alright, yeah. Alright, bye. Whew. Okay, as I said earlier, in most of the cases of people mysteriously dying, there was always that factor that they were close to exposing the Clintons. Now it should be clear why this conspiracy is called the Clinton body count. A lot of people believe that this is clear evidence of pretty much the government covering up murders in order for the Clintons to be able to get away with these things. So the question is it possible that Bill and Hillary Clinton are in that power position mainly because they eliminated the competition? And not all the names on the list are big players like John F. Kennedy Jr., but a good amount of them are bodyguards for Bill Clinton that all died by helicopter crashes or apparent suicides. And one of the names on the list that really stands out is going to be Mary Mahoney. On July 1997, she was working in Starbucks and somebody broke in and shot her, killed her, and stole absolutely no money, stole nothing from the store, just straight up in execution. Days before her death, there was a lawsuit that was brought up by a woman in power by the name of Paula Jones, and it was all over the headlines, who was a former employee of President Clinton, and she wants to press charges on him. And Mary Mahoney was a White House intern for Clinton back in 1991. And there's a conspiracy theorist filmmaker by the name of Pat Matroschiana. He believes that Mahoney was murdered on the terms of Bill Clinton to protect his public image. And according to them, Jones was too publicly prominent to risk an assassination. Unfortunately for conspiracy theorists, a man named Carl Cooper came out and confessed to the killing of Mahoney and said that it was a robbery gone wrong. And many critics use this notion to dispel the fact that the Clintons may have been eliminating the competition to make their way to the top. And apparently they've been eliminating their competition for decades. You might ask, where does this list of mysterious deaths on all these people that have some type of correlation to them, where does this list come from? Well, apparently it started from a lawyer named Linda Thompson. And in 1993, there was an event that happened that sparked her to put this list together. And she published the list. On July 1993, a man by the name of Vince Foster was found dead in Fort Macy Park near Washington, D.C. He had been shot in the neck with his grandfather's pistol, and overall, the death was considered a suicide. And Foster was a close friend and colleague of Hillary Clinton, and was also a huge help to Bill Clinton, helping him on the side with things that Bill didn't have the time to do by himself. In fact, with his help, Bill survived some of the worst scandals that were against him. I hope that puts it in perspective just how close they were. Vince was known to be a happy, successful, well-rounded man. So it rises up the question why a man like that happens to be, you know, in a good place in his life, commits suicide. So they started an investigation, and the investigation was started by a man in the council named Ken Starr. For some reason, this investigation was postponed for 3 years. And then Ken Starr ultimately confirmed that Vince's death was a suicide. However, investigator Hugh Sprunt started another investigation saying otherwise. Using the forensic evidence that was given to him by police, he had his own answer to the suicide. What he concluded is that Vince Foster had been murdered. So what he did is he highlighted a couple suspicious reasons as to why he felt that way. One thing is carpet fabrics were found on Foster's suit, suggesting that he was laying down. The second thing is Foster's glasses were found several meters away from his body. The third thing is the gun's trigger guard was wrapped around Vince's thumb, suggesting that the gun had been dropped on his dead hand. So investigator Sprunt used these details to suggest that Vince had been killed somewhere else. What investigator Sprunt is saying is that Vince had been murdered beforehand, then his body was carried to this spot, and then they set it up to look like it was a suicide. Now, after Vince's death has been ruled as a suicide, they go on to have a funeral for him. So after this funeral, they are still investigating the crime scene, and they find evidence that there's torn fragments of a note in his suitcase. And this note was held by the White House for 30 hours before it was released to the police. And the phrase that stands out the most on this note says that the public will never believe the innocence of the Clintons and their loyal staff. So to conspiracy theorists, this is clear evidence that Vince was ready to expose the Clintons and all the stuff that's going on behind doors that has to do with them. And Foster's death sparked a lot of interest to that list of the Clinton body count. Even the media was like, what the fuck is going on? And they were focused on Vince's profile. For example, like the Washington Post and Newsweek. And then on April 15th, 1998, New York Times revealed that there was a billionaire that was promoting coverage on these cases by a man named Richard Mellon Scaife, who funded a secret smear campaign against Clinton called the Arkansas Project. Scaife spent upwards of $2 million to help bring to light what Clinton was doing and all the bullshit that he was a part of. When Clinton ended his second term of presidency in 2001, he left the Oval Office in a cloud of confusion, yet with the highest approval rating of any American president since the Second World War. Then the body count list drifted into obscurity and seized to completely new names. And recently, with Hillary Clinton running for president back in 2016, the body count list was once again looked at by a lot of people. And there's some conspiracy sites like whatreallyhappened.com that are still adding names to this list. After first compiling the Clinton body count list in 1993, Lyndon Thompson founded the American Justice Federation, which was a pro-gun, pro-constitution activist group. She died in 2009 from an overdose of medication. She left the Clinton body count list to be shaped and distributed freely by anyone who believed in it, mainly on the internet. And this body count list may have been the first crowd investigation that has ever gone down in history. And you know, at the end of the day, maybe it was a way to get them more attention so that they can hold that high position. But then again, maybe it wasn't. Maybe this list is 100% real. And if you guys do research on it right now, there's still names being added to this list, so it is an ongoing thing. Once again, this is all conspiracy theory, so don't take any of this out of context. But you know, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter right here, and follow me on Instagram right here. Make sure you turn that push notification on so that you can see when I post new videos. But for now, you know, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the day or night. I love you guys. Peace.
There is no time to waste asking why.